Thank you everyone for being on the April JVIC Tech Support Call. These videos are to address questions that were asked during the call and that we did not get to in time or for whatever reason couldn't address in more detail. That's also a good way to just sort of give you a visual demonstration of some of the answers to your questions. So I did want to mention that, in the JVIC we've got people with a wide range of technology skills. Some of you are quite expert. Others of you may be very, very new and shy around technology and anywhere in between. So I just want to let you know that I'm going to try my best to talk clearly and deliberately and give you the answers you need. I may say something technical out of the side of my mouth here and there to make the tech experts happy, but at the same time, if I start getting super technical, keep in mind you probably don't need that for your own business, or if you do, maybe you have someone in your corner who can help you. And if you haven't already, you may want to consider hiring a VA. You're going to need it once you get your business up and running and you're doing joint ventures, because you really should not be bogged down with the day-to-day stuff. That would be the job of people on your team. Your role is the visionary, the leader, perhaps the content creator and the marketer. And ideally you have somebody else helping you out in these other areas. But when you're first getting going, sometimes it's good to do it yourself, and we're going to try to make this real easy for you. Okay, all that being said, this first video is going to focus on 1ShoppingCart. We may get into some LeadPages and optimized press along the way, but the focus of this first video is 1ShoppingCart. So many questions on 1ShoppingCart. 1ShoppingCart is the solution we recommend for building your email list and for collecting payments and for tracking affiliate activity. So if you're doing a launch or if you have JV partners, you need some way to track who sent you what. And we're recommending 1ShoppingCart. There are certainly other ones out there. I'd say that the two popular ones that came up on the call were Entreport, which used to be known as Office Autopilot, and Infusionsoft. And those also both do a good job. Our expertise over here in this corner is 1ShoppingCart, but I've personally supported people in the other two areas and am happy to do my best to support you if you're using one of those other solutions. Again, my advice being that if you're already invested in one of those other solutions, don't just drop it and switch over to 1ShoppingCart unless financially and energy-wise it makes sense to do that. Otherwise, stick with what's working. Now, there's no reason to change if you're happy with what you've got. Okay, so as far as 1ShoppingCart, I'm just going to start answering questions, and I have a sneaking suspicion that during this video I'm going to be signing up for a 1ShoppingCart account to demonstrate everything. So let's see. So the first question says, how difficult is it to integrate all three, LeadPages, 1ShoppingCart, and optimized press? Yeah, it's not too bad at all. Since this is a 1ShoppingCart video, I'm going to go ahead and click the link to sign up for 1ShoppingCart. And by the way, I'll put this link in the YouTube video. I'm sure that you'll also be exposed to some other links throughout your membership that you can click. But let me see. I'm going to try it free if it'll let me. Okay, and I need to put in some information. So tell you what, I'm going to chop this part out of the video and resume as soon as my information is in and I have clicked Create My Account. Okay, so I've just clicked the Create My Account button. I literally just clicked it. Okay, here we go. It says, welcome to your account. Log in and get started. So great. So I've got the trial. And let's see, what else do we need to know here? Need help getting started? That's nice. Oh, and look, you can even get phone support. So I'd say maybe jot down that number right now if you're looking to move to 1ShoppingCart, because anything that's not answered in this video, check it out. You can call for support. So 1-800-360-3189. I'll say that again, 1-800-360-3189. Okay, let's log in and get started. All right, so it's asking for some business information. I'm going to blur this out, but fill it in. So let me just see. Building a new website? No. Already have a website? Yes. we're going to say that because we're going to be working with LeadPages and Optimized Press, and so yeah, we want to say we already have a website. Website catalog URL. That's interesting. Well, we'll fill something out there. I don't know what yet. Let's see. Tell us the website URL where you'd be adding your shopping cart. I'm thinking we can probably go back in and change that. Like if you don't have a website yet, you may not have anything to put there, but I'm going to go ahead and just make one up. I'm just going to make it my name. .com. All right. And it's confirming all the business address, phone numbers, that kind of stuff. Let's see, where did I see this other option? Okay, so the last question here, I guess we'll fill out an industry. I'm just going to say business professional services training. So do you have any products? Let's see, I'm just playing around. I'm setting up a store for someone else. I don't have any products to sell. Yes, I have, blah, blah, blah. I'm not sure why they want this information right now, but I'm going to say I'm setting up a store for someone else. I wonder what you guys should put. No, I don't have any products to sell. Yes, I have products. You know what? I'd probably say yes, I have products, but I've never sold them before. Even if you have, I think that's probably the way to go. So, yes, I have products, but I've never sold them before. Let's all choose that one if you're following along. So I'm going to click complete this step. Okay, and then it's saying you can add a product. So it's trying to walk us through this right now, and I'd rather add their products a different way. So I'm going to see if we can skip this. Will it let us? Nope. They're trying to make it easy for us, but I find that they're not making it easy for us. So I'm just going to put in test stuff here. Test. We'll make the price $97. Short description test, long description test. They think we might be shipping things, but I'm going to say £0. Charge shipping, no. Charge tax, no. Though, you may need to charge tax depending on the laws wherever you live. I don't know how to advise you on that. I'd say you'll need to check with your accountant. Add an image, we're not going to do that. Categories, no. Product option, size, color, track inventory. Feature this on your homepage. Okay, so I'm just going to save this test product if it'll let us. I tried to fill out just the bare information because we can always delete it later. All right, great. We do not want to add more products, so how can we move forward? Complete this step. Okay. By the way, 1ShoppingCart has tons of training videos. I know that I'm making one specifically for this audience, but you can see down below that when you sign up, there are all these free training videos, and I'm sure they'll give you much more thorough information than I'm giving you now. As far as a template, I'm just going to choose the default. I'm guessing you can change that later. Probably true. Let's keep going. Complete this step. Okay, so we'll choose the I sell digital goods or do not ship products, so we don't have to deal with shipping. Sales tax. Let's see, it says use this option to name your tax. Common tax labels include sales tax, state tax, country tax, VAT, all that stuff. I'm not going to do anything related to sales tax right now. Again, I can't advise you as to whether or not you need to do sales tax. Most of the clients I work with don't charge sales tax that I'm aware of. So I'm just going to, let's see if it'll let me hit cancel for this and somehow complete this step. There it is. Okay, so now set up payments. Some of you asked about this on the call. So currency symbol, yeah, we'll go with US dollar, but of course you can change that. Oh, somebody asked about another language too. Let me see. Where was that language question? I must have missed it. Like Norwegian. Okay, so I don't know what the Norwegian symbol is. Let me just see if there's like an NOR or something like that. Yeah, the Norwegian krona. So yeah, so you could charge in the Norwegian krona. And you can put whatever language you want on your website and in your descriptions and so on. So to a degree, it's in another language, but all the back-end setup stuff will be in English. All right, I'm going to stick with the US dollar. And you can set up your payment processor here. So for this, you'll actually need to, maybe I need to hit save and continue. All right, so for your payment processor, I would recommend checking out, let me think about it for just a second. I want to say Practice Pay Solutions, which is an authorized.net, practicepaysolutions.com. Let me just check and see if that's what I'm suggesting. Okay, Practice Pay Solutions is now Direct Pay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the one that we would recommend if you... Okay, actually, I see somebody I know in the picture, so yes. So yeah, you can go to Practice Pay Solutions, which looks like it's now called Direct Pay Inc., and you can sign up for a merchant account and to learn all about basically collecting credit cards. I'm going to keep this simple and just leave PayPal as our payment provider, but you can go in and choose Practice Pay Solutions or Direct Pay so that you can accept credit cards, which is probably a really good idea. Okay, so let me see what our options are for alternate payments. Yeah, PayPal. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and just choose PayPal. The PayPal Express, I'm not sure the difference. Your buyers are sent to PayPal hosted pages to pay. This allows you to, okay, I think what we want is the PayPal Express, but if there's some kind of fee there, I don't know. Okay, what does it say? You must do an API, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. In order to accept recurring payments, you must enable IPN, API, Premier account holders, blah, 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 blah. PayPal Payments Pro, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I actually understand a lot of that stuff, and I don't know if that probably doesn't belong in this video. Instead, what I'd recommend you do is follow the help within One Shopping Cart. If you're a JVIC Premier member, you can reach out to us individually, and we'll make a personal video just for you. But in the meantime, I just want to keep this as simple as possible because some of you aren't even perhaps interested in what we're talking about here. So I tell you what, I do believe that between the two of these, the PayPal Express would be the way to go, because otherwise, when people buy through PayPal, they're going to be sent to PayPal's hosted pages with their credit card. However, I don't want to go in and configure my PayPal account to connect to this PayPal Express. So I'm just going to say regular PayPal right now. But again, all things equal, you want this to be as seamless as possible for your customers. And let me see what happened here. Okay, buyers are, okay, so yeah, so you put in your PayPal email and so on. Great. Okay, so you're still going to have to log into your PayPal account and get some of that stuff, and that's fine. So let me just put in a PayPal address here. Okay, and yeah, I think this is actually what I'm talking about, this token, which allows the transaction to happen through PayPal but bounce right back to One Shopping Cart. So we need some kind of PDT token. Let me see if we can make that happen in this video. I think it'll be helpful for you guys. So instantly accept PayPal. Okay, before I'm going to come back to this PDT identity token, but as far as this next thing, this instantly accept PayPal e-check orders. Hey, and by the way, if anybody's listening to this and this part's too technical, you can just fast forward. You don't need to watch this part of the video. So that's the beauty of having one of those little scrubber bars to move through. So if this is helpful, great, stay tuned. If it's not, don't worry about it. Okay, so instantly accept PayPal e-check orders by enabling this option. Okay, so what this means is, like, if you're selling something and you're okay with someone, like, if their check doesn't go through, it's not the end of the world, you can just kind of cancel their membership or whatever. You can do this and that'll speed everything up. But if you're physically delivering stuff, you may not want to automatically accept e-checks. You may want to wait for them to clear. That's what they're talking about there. And accepting recurring payments, yeah, you're going to want that also. It says Premier account holders, PayPal Pro holders follow these instructions. So you know, it looks like this is the same stuff I was trying to avoid in the PayPal Express, and that we're going to need to do it anyway, because you guys are going to want recurring payments. All right, so let me see if I can go get this PDT identity token. I'll be blurring out a lot of my screen for this part. Okay, so it says for more information, click here. I love that they've got that option. So let's find out. So Roman numeral 1 is I do not have a PayPal account. Okay, so you can follow their steps. 2 is I have a personal account. And then 3 is I have a Premier or business account. By the way, I recommend everybody get a business account with PayPal because, if I'm remembering right, they're free and it lets you do merchant stuff, which is what we're talking about now. Okay, so I'm going to follow the instructions, go to PayPal, sign in, profile under my account tab, and then website payment preferences. So let me see if I can follow those instructions. So profile and then website payment preferences. Okay, I'm going to click the profile link. And now we're looking for website payment preferences. It might be under my selling tools. Let me see. It's probably where it is. I'm going to look at my selling tools. Nope, let me see if it's under my settings. Sometimes PayPal will move this stuff around, and so the instructions we see are different than what's on the screen. So let me just read a little further in the instructions. So we want the selling preferences and turn on the auto return. Okay. Let me see if I can find that. I'm just going to look for something called auto. I'm going to look for something called return. Nothing called return. So maybe it's not here. Maybe, let me go back to my selling tools and look for the word return. Nope. All right. Shouldn't be hard to find this stuff, but let me keep looking here. My business. I don't think it's going to be my business info. Nope. My money. Nope. Let's look at my settings in more detail. See it there. Let's look for my selling tools. Okay, so I found something that's very much paraphrased. It says website preferences. Bring customers back to my website after they pay with PayPal. That sounds like auto return to me. Let's click update and see what it is. There it is. There's the auto return. Okay, so the instructions have changed since they were first created. So I'm going to make sure auto return is on. And let me see if there are any other instructions regarding the auto return. Okay, and then it says on the enter return URL field, use what they've provided here. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to copy the link location and paste that in. There we go, offsitereturn.ashx, whatever that means. Okay, then it says set the option for payment data transfer on. Is that one of our choices? Yep. And it is on, great. Then it says click on the save button. This should display your PDT token. Okay, so let's hit our save button. And let's see if we get our PDT token. Where is our PDT token? We might have to go back to these same preferences and see if it shows the PDT token. Oh, it's right here. Okay. PDT stands for Payment Data Transfer, and here's our token. I think it was already on the screen when I clicked save, but I'm going to copy this. All right, and we will follow the instructions. So set the option for payment data transfer to on, click the save button. This should display, okay, good. Then log into your shopping cart account, and on setup, gateway setup, put the PDT stuff in there. Okay, so let's see if we can do that. So I'm going to paste in the PDT token right there. And then it says, note that in order to accept recurring payments, you must enable IPN and enable your API settings. I think we're in that same kind of stuff. So let's see what it says. Okay, Premier and PayPal Payments Pro, follow these steps here. So I don't know. I'm just going to click here and see what happens. Let's see what their instructions say. Okay. Here we are again. I have a Premier or business account with PayPal. That's what we want. So let's see. It says these instructions assume you've already set up a PayPal Express checkout or direct checkout. If you have not, please follow these steps. Okay. So I guess we'll follow those steps. I don't like the word pro. That usually means pay money. I wonder what PayPal Express checkout is. Let's see what that says. Okay. Choose to create either a... Oh, no. Okay. So I already have a Premier or business account. Okay, so we need to... Basically, we need to get an API access link. So let's do this. In the API access page, we'll need to fill out some information. All right. So let's go to PayPal account, and let's look for the API access stuff. I think we're already pretty close to that area. So I'm going to come down here and hit save once again. And I think I saw API on this same screen where we are. Yeah, API access. Let's click update. Okay, let's go back to the instructions. So we got the API access. We click the link. It says grant API permission. You will need to fill out some information. Okay, so let's grant API permission. Where can we do this? Let's see, we got a couple of options. All right, option 1, add or edit API permissions to view your current API settings or set up additional carts or online stores. Option 2, request API credentials to create your own API username and password. I don't know. I think I'm going to choose the first one, this add or edit API permissions. Let me see if that's kind of what they talk about here. Add new third-party permissions. Yeah, well, you know what? I'm just paying attention to here where it says hosted online stores and shopping carts integrated with PayPal. So I'm going to click add or edit API permissions, and let's see what happens. All right, manage third-party access. I guessed right. Okay, so you will need to fill out some information. If you previously set up API, okay, so if it's your first time, I guess you do have to fill out some information. And if you previously set up API permissions, I must have done this at one point or another, you'll be taken to manage third-party access. In this case, click on the add new third-party button. So let's see. We want to add new third-party button. Here we go, add new third-party button. Okay, third-party username, let's see what it tells us to do. It says enter sales _API 3.1shoppingcart.com, and then we'll look that up. This stuff seems technical, but it's really just a matter of kind of following instructions and then sometimes trying to figure out what the instructions meant if it's not exactly the way they say it should be. Okay, so now we have all these available permissions to choose. Let's see what's available. By the way, this is the first time I've ever done this that I remember, so I'm seeing this all for the first time too, and just want to put you at ease that this stuff, it's a one-time hassle and then you're done. And they've got phone support to help you, so you could actually be talking to a 1ShoppingCart tech to get all this stuff done. But I'm trying to fill that role for you guys right now on video. So let's see. All right, what kind of permissions do we want? It says the available permissions will now be displayed. Okay, it says check only the following checkboxes. Use PayPal Express checkout and refund a transaction on your behalf. Okay, so use Express checkout and issue refund for a specific transaction. I think those are the two that we need. Let me just see if there's, okay, use PayPal Express checkout to process payments. Use Express checkout to process payments. Yeah, that looks like it. And then refund a transaction on your behalf. Issue a refund for a specific transaction. Let me just see if there's anything else that has the word refund nearby. I'm going to do a find for the word refund. Okay, so we got issue a refund for a specific transaction and issue a refund for any prior transaction. Well, I'm tempted to check both of these. Refund a transaction on your behalf. Yeah, so this is where 1ShoppingCart ideally should update their instructions. But again, technology changes all the time, so I don't fault them too badly for not having updated instructions. But I do want to try to figure out what they mean by this second one, this refund a transaction on your behalf. We got issue a refund for a specific transaction and then issue a refund for any prior transaction. Just trying to decide trying to guess really what's right. The best thing I should do right now really is pick up the phone and call 1ShoppingCart, but I'm going to live dangerously here. Let me just see how dangerously I want to live. Issue a refund for a specific transaction. Issue a refund for any prior transaction. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and give 1ShoppingCart more authority rather than less. It just feels like the right thing to do for me. If I realize I'm having problems, though, I may come back and remove that check mark and see if it fixes it. So I'm going to probably click Add. Let me follow the instructions. Yep, click Add, and then you can confirm. Okay, so I'm going to click Add. Great. And I don't see anything about confirming. Let's see, it says... Okay, so I think we've done it. I think that's what we needed to do. So I'm going to close the instructions, and I'm going to close that extra window that was open before. And let's see what else needs to be done. So I think we have done this part, and this was super technical, so thank you guys for bearing with me on this. And maybe you didn't bear with me, you just fast forwarded, and that's fine too. Okay, so we've set up the payment that we want, and now I'm just kind of wondering, before I said let's skip the PayPal Express because we don't want to do all that technical stuff, but we just did it. So now let me look at these two again. Enable PayPal Express to allow your customers to pay using their PayPal account. Your buyers are sent to PayPal hosted pages to pay with a credit card with their PayPal account. Well, I wonder what happens if we say PayPal Express. They ask for PayPal email. Heck, why not? Let's just try it, and then we'll see what it looks like to actually check out later in this video. This is going to be a long video, by the way, so thanks for your patience. Okay, PayPal, robgoyette.com. Okay, accept recurring payments. We already did all that stuff, which is very cool. So I'm just going to put a check mark there and hit done. All right, so we now have two forms of alternate payments, and I did not sign up for merchant processing. Let's see, are they automatically? Oh, yeah. So what they're doing right here is they're trying to promote their partner. So be careful on this tab called Set Up Your Payment Processor. If you already have like an authorized .net account, or maybe you worked with Practice Pay Solutions, you probably would choose this one, this Payment Gateway, and then you'll edit it. I'm going to say disable those so that we only do PayPal. So I'm just that's probably a dangerous way to run a full-time business, but yeah, again, if you have questions about getting into this level of detail and you can't solve it by the time the next tech call rolls around, go ahead and ask it and I'll answer it. So I'm going to click complete this step. All right, it says, congratulations, you've completed the setup wizard. Okay, so complete the setup wizard and show me my store button. Yeah, so let's do that. Where is that button? Okay, down here at the bottom, complete wizard and show me my store. Hey, this is what I'm used to seeing. Okay, great. So here we are in One Shopping Cart. We made it, and we even have our test product, so that's pretty cool. So let me go back to the questions to get us on track. All right, so what was that first question? Which is kind of a big question. How difficult is it to integrate the three, LeadPages, 1ShoppingCart, and Optimize Press? It's actually not too bad. I'm really excited to show this thing to you. So what we're going to do is I'm going to actually take you through the entire process here. This is, I think you're really going to appreciate this if you don't yet see how all these things work together. I'm almost wondering if this should be a separate video, but for now we're going to make it all one, and then we can edit it later, I guess, if we decide to. Okay, so here we go. How difficult is it to integrate LeadPages, 1ShoppingCart, and Optimize Press? So let's start with LeadPages. I'm going to log into my own LeadPages account. Here I am logged into LeadPages. I'm going to go over on the left and click Opt-in Pages. Then I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to sort by conversion rate, because that's fun. And let's see, I'll just, this basic squeeze page is actually a very high converting page. Let's see. There's another one on here I like. I've seen this one do real well, this box right here. This is the one I'm going to choose. Okay, I'm going to choose this template. A good piece of advice might be to pay attention and use the opt-in pages at the top that are even higher performing, but I like this one, so I'm just going to use this template. Okay, I'll stay in the marketing industry. Yes, count me in. All right, so then what they've got here is they've got a sample opt-in page. We can go in and we can replace this with our own stuff. If I click on this picture for Google Analytics, I can come down and I can upload a new image, or I can use this picture of a CD on fire that I uploaded for another project. You have to click OK over on the left every time you're done with something. Let's say I want to get rid of this Simple Analytics logo. I can click on it and I can say it's hidden. And then I can click OK. Maybe I want to change this headline. Click here and I'll say, download my free CD. Now, I don't have my marketing hat on, I have my technical hat on, so you could probably come up with a much better headline than that. I hope I clicked OK. Yep, I'm going to click here, this headline on the left, and I'm just going to say, get your free. I'm just going to say marketing CD. And let me type something not bold. Get your free marketing CD to learn how to market like a pro. ... Okay, so then we'll click OK, and I'm not going to fill out all this stuff, but maybe you get the idea. You click on elements in LeadPages, you edit them over on the left, and then you click OK. Now, here's the thing. When I'm finished editing this page, this is a two-step opt-in. You can see where it says download now. If I click where it says download now, it's going to want to integrate with my email provider. And right now it's integrating with Aweber, but we can actually go back to the settings of LeadPages and have it integrate with 1ShoppingCart. So let me do that right now. I'm going to go ahead and just close this page for now. Let me see if I can save it. Oh, I have to give it a page name. So I'm going to call this JVIC. And it creates the URL for us automatically. I'll hit save. And will it let me save? Let me see if it lets me save. Save changes, okay. Just trying to close these windows and leave Oops, save changes. Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure that it's actually saving. Yeah, so it's not saving because it says please integrate your form with something. So let me just go ahead and take care of that little detail here. I'm just going to integrate it with my Aweber, just so I can kind of get out of here. So what you'd want to do is you'd probably want to set up this integration when you first buy LeadPages instead of setting it up after creating your opt-in page. That's the idea I get. So I'm going to hit save. And now I'm going to step outside into the main area of LeadPages. If it'll let me, I'm clicking save. Oh, do I have to hit OK? Now I'm going to click save. It says you have unsaved changes. I realize that. I'm trying to save them. Do you ever get the feeling technology isn't perfect? All right. It's not letting me click save. Can I close it? Save changes, OK. Stay on the page. What are my options? Why won't you let me save LeadPages? Do I need to click integration settings? OK. And then OK again. And maybe now I can save? LeadPages loves to make you click OK. Ah, now I've got, nope. All right. Well, you guys know this video is not staged, right? All right, it's not letting me save. I don't really care. LeadPages are so easy to make, so I'm just going to hit cancel. Maybe it saved it, maybe it didn't. But here's what we want to do. We want to go to the integration. So I'm going to go to My Account, and then I'm going to come down to Integrations. When I go to Integrations, I'm going to say make sure that we can use 1ShoppingCart. So I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to say Activate 1ShoppingCart. And now it says 1ShoppingCart is activated. Now if I go back to my lead page, and it's this one right up here at the top called JVIC, I'm going to click Edit. Don't know how much of it got saved. We'll find out. Hey, most of it got saved. That's great. All right, now I'm going to click that download button, and I'm going to go to Integration Settings, and now I'm going to choose 1ShoppingCart. Oh, hold on. Yeah. Now, what it says is, please paste the HTML code as exported by your service provider. They basically want the opt-in code for people to get onto your 1ShoppingCart list. So I'm just going to leave this window like it is. I'm going to go over to 1ShoppingCart, and I'm actually going to create something to collect names and emails. It's called an autoresponder. So I'm going to click Email and Marketing, Autoresponders. All right. For some reason, there's something here called Outdoor Series. I don't know if that's their own new test or whatever. But I'm just going to say create a new autoresponder. Campaign name, I'll call it JVIC. Description, I'll be real original and call that also JVIC. Now, what's cool about 1ShoppingCart is when someone subscribes to a list, you can unsubscribe them from up to 25 other lists. This helps move them around. And I know we had one of the questions was asking about that. So anyway, I guess Outdoor Series is the only list here, and we don't even know what that is. So let's just leave that alone. Okay, so from name, I'll say from Rob Goyette. From email, I'll say from jvic@robgoyette.com. Okay, campaign type. Right now we're collecting prospects. And opt-in verification message. So we actually want to turn opt-in verification off in most cases because the double opt-in is what it's called. Opt-in verification is the same as double opt-in, and it means people have to confirm that they really do want to be on your mailing list. And all things equal, we actually don't even want to use that. So I'm just going to leave it alone and hit save. I don't know if it'll make me choose something yet or not. Okay, great. So here we are in the autoresponder. I'm going to cross my fingers over here trying to remember to turn off the double opt-in for you guys also. But okay, so the opt-in autoresponder, how many days delay? We're going to say 0, meaning it gets delivered immediately. I would say thanks for downloading. No, I wouldn't. I'd say your free CD or something like that, or your CD download. How about that? Your CD download. Now, if you collected their first name, you can say dear first name. By the way, if you ever like wipe that out or whatever, you can reinsert it by just clicking this merge data thing and choose first name. So we have dear first name, comma. I think we got an extra space here too. Yeah. Thank you for downloading my free CD called How to Market Better. Just go here to get your CD now. And then we might include a link. So I'm just going to send them over to yahoo.com for now. We can change that later. What happened is I started creating this autoresponder and it's saying, well, hey, you should have some messages in your autoresponder. Also, I'm sending this as plain text, which looks more like an email from somebody as opposed to a beautiful HTML email that might look more like a brochure or look like, I'm going to even say spam, like marketing. So maybe you want your emails to be beautiful, especially if you publish like a newsletter or something. But if you're just doing this from a marketing standpoint to communicate with the people who are getting your free gift, I'd suggest you consider making your messages look like text. Now, one hybrid you can do is actually take this text message, copy it, go over to the HTML tab, and paste it in. Like delete all this stuff and just paste it in. And then what happens is if the person's email supports HTML, they'll get this version, and if it doesn't, they'll get the text version. But what's cool about this is when you send out an HTML email, it also includes a tracking pixel, so you can track things like open rates and click-throughs and stuff like that. So all things equal, you'll get more tracking information if you do this HTML, even if you don't make it beautiful, but you just put it in the HTML tab. So I'm going to actually leave it in both. I guess if I had to recommend something for you, it probably would be, I think by now, everybody's got HTML email, so I think they're all going to get this one anyway. So I guess in the interest of simplicity, I'll even do it that way. I'm just going to delete out the text one. And so now it'll only deliver the HTML emails. And that's fine. So I'm going to go ahead and click Save Changes. Okay. And now let's go back. Let's look at our autoresponders. I'm going to go email to autoresponders. We should see there's our JVIC autoresponder. And hey, did it not save my message? I wasn't paying real close attention. Do we have any messages? We have no messages. Okay, so somehow I goofed and didn't make a message. That's okay. I'll just hit new message. I must have forgotten to save something. So 0 days delay. Subject line, your CD download. Let's go to the HTML tab. Dear first, I don't even want the dear first name because I'm going to suggest you guys don't even collect first names, only email addresses to get more of them. But I don't know, some people like to have the first name so they can say things like dear first name or kind of know their database a little bit better. But it seems to be true that the less information you collect from people, the more willing they are to give it. So I'm going to assume that we don't even know their first name. I'm going to say, thanks for visiting my site and requesting my free CD, How to Market Better. You can access your CD here. Send them to Yahoo. And then I think it automatically adds a signature. Let me just see. Yeah, it already adds a signature, so I'll leave that alone. And now why didn't it, okay, I'm going to hit Save Changes. Maybe that's what I didn't do. Did it save the changes? I cannot tell. HTML. There it is. But I cannot tell if it saved the changes or not. I'd like to think that it did. It says no changes to save. Tell you what though, just to play it safe, I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste into this text one here too. And maybe that's just what we need to do. So maybe now it'll be happy that I've put it in both. Okay, it does say changes saved. Let's go back to autoresponders. Let's see if we now have a message in there. Ah, we do. Okay, so whatever I did, probably, I guess I thought you could leave the plain text email thing blank. I guess you can't. So unless you want to prove me wrong, which is possible, I'd say go ahead and fill out both the plain HTML or the plain text and the HTML tabs. Okay, so but we do have our autoresponder here, which is awesome. And we've also even got a message when somebody gets onto it. So now what we want to do is we want to create a web form. So I'm going to go email and marketing and go to custom forms and create a form. The reason why is we need to get some form code to paste into LeadPages. Okay, so we want the form HTML only. I'm going to say we do not want the name, only email. So basically everything else is going to be not visible. Continue. It says, where do you want to send them once they opt in? I'm going to go ahead and put Yahoo here for now. Ultimately, it'll be another lead page, but I'll just put Yahoo. Don't want to forget to change that, by the way. And then what autoresponder should they be subscribed to? It's going to be the JVIC one we created. Send form values by email. This is if you want to get notified every time you get an opt-in. That's pretty cool at first, and then it gets annoying, so we'll leave it on. But over time, you'll probably turn that thing off when you start getting lots and lots of names on your list. Here's the form code, and this is what LeadPages is asking for. So I'm going to select it, copy it, and now I'm going to go to LeadPages, and I'm going to paste it in. There it is, and I'm going to hit OK. Okay, it says, are you sure you want to do this? Yep. Because if you remember, I used to save it as Aweber, and now I saved it as 1ShoppingCart. So I'm going to hit OK again, and let me just hit OK. I'd always hit OK over here on the left if you agree with what's over here. LeadPages, again, they love making you click that OK button. So this says click, get your free report. I'd probably click on this headline and say something like, tell us where to send your CD download. Something like that. That's a real congruent way of saying, give me your email address. And then the button, click on that and say, get my free CD now. Hit OK. All right, I'm going to hit OK a couple of times. I'm going to hit save. And so now what's cool is that we have actually, if it saves, looks like it's trying to, yep, success. We've actually created a lead page, and we've created the autoresponder, the 1ShoppingCart stuff, which is, whew, that took a little while, but we got it done. So now I'm going to click Publish. And the reason I'm clicking Publish in LeadPages is I just want this URL, which is hosted on LeadPages. But you can also put it on your WordPress blog. You'll have to install a plugin, blah, blah, blah. You can put it as a Facebook tab, which is kind of cool if you want to send people to your Facebook page and make them go to your tab for LeadPages. Or out on your own server, which is very technical, and I don't recommend it unless you like technical stuff. So I'm just going to click View Page, which will take us to the hosted version of our lead page, and we'll get to see it. Look at that. Download my free CD. Get your free marketing CD to learn how to market like a pro. All this stuff. Oops, I should probably change get my free report. But remember, I said, no, I'm not going to mess with this stuff. So anyway, I'm going to click Download now. When I do, it says, tell us where to send your CD download. So I'll put jvic at robgoyette.com. Actually, I'm going to put jvic2. And the reason why is I think I used jvic at robgoyette.com somewhere else, and I want to distinguish them. So I'm going to click Get My Free CD Now. Now, when I do this, if I did everything right, it should take us to Yahoo, because that's the only URL that's the URL we put in there. So let's find out. There it is. I'm here in Germany, so we're over here at Yahoo Deutschland. But that's fine. Now let's see if it actually worked. If it did, we should be able to go into 1ShoppingCart. And I don't know if it'll get into contacts right away. Sometimes there's a little bit of a delay. But I'm going to click Contacts, and I'm going to click Manage Contacts. And I'm just going to hit the search button and see if anybody shows up. So it says no contacts showed up. Let me try one other contact search. I'm going to choose Search, Edit, Add, and just click Search. Aha, there it is, jvic2 at robgoyette.com. Look, we built our email list. We have an email list size of 1, but we have an email list. So it worked. And if I was to go check my email right now, I would actually see that email come in. And I'm going to, you know what, I'm going to do that. So I'll have to blur out some of this confidential stuff, but hang on. Okay, hopefully you're looking at my screen again, or that it's not blurred out anymore, but notice it says, please confirm your subscription. Hi, it's Robert Goyette writing to confirm your subscription. Do you see how irritating this would be to someone who comes to your site to get your CD and now they have to click to confirm their subscription? Now, the people who do click and confirm are actually a little bit of a higher quality lead, but why not get those people plus everyone else? So we're actually going to turn off the double opt-in so that this doesn't happen again. But I'm going to go ahead and click this, which will confirm the subscription, and then we'll see if we get the welcome email. So I'm going to click this to confirm the subscription. This isn't what I expected would happen. It looks like it's still stuck on Google instead of going to 1ShoppingCart. By the way, MCSSL is 1ShoppingCart. I'm just going to click it again. All right, I'm going to copy and paste it because I don't know why, but it just seems to be hung up on Google's mail servers. No, but it's still going back to Google. I don't know. But anyway, I think that means I'm confirmed. So I'm going to blur the screen again and just see if I get the email I should have gotten. Okay, I've unblurred the screen, and sure enough, yep, there it is, your CD download. Thanks for visiting my site and requesting my free CD. Access your CD here, yahoo.com. So that's pretty cool. That worked. So great. So far we are totally on track with this thing, with tying it all together, right? So we've got LeadPages, and we've got it tied to 1ShoppingCart. Let's go into 1ShoppingCart and turn off the double opt-in. And I'm not sure where we do that. Let me see if it's probably under Setup. Let me see if there's anything that looks correct there. Orders, cart options. Might be cart options. Might also be under email and marketing. I'm going to go to email setup. Maybe that's where it is. General setting, opt-in preferences. Ah, look, I guessed right the first time. Great. So we want to turn off the opt-in verification. So require opt-in verification for web form submissions. We're going to say no. And that's all we're going to do. So I'm going to click Save Settings. And I assume that means they're saved. I might click Save Settings again just to be sure. Okay, so let's try this again. Let's go back to, actually, you know what? Let's do a few more things and then we'll do a second test and see if how it's going. So let's make another lead page, all right? This lead page is actually going to let people download the CD. So I'm going to close this page and I'm going to create a new page. And on here, what I'm going to do is, let's see, let me find a good one. How about under Thank You Pages? Yeah, how about right here, this elegant thank you page? We'll use this template. We'll say it's marketing. All right, instead of this picture of Clay Collins, let's go ahead and use the picture of the CD again, because that's fun. Hit OK. I'm not going to change a lot of this copy, but I'm just going to click right here and say, nope, actually I'm not going to change anything here. In the interest of time, I'm just going to click on the Download Now button, and then this is where we would actually link to the CD. So, you know, whatever. I'll just send it to google.com, and we're going to pretend that going to google.com is actually going to be the MP3 of the CD. You know, whatever you want to link it to. I also recommend when you have people download stuff to open it in a new window, because you might want them to right-click and download, but sometimes they left-click and download. I don't know. I just find it always is a good idea to say open in a new window. I'm going to hit OK, and let's see. Let's give it a name. We'll call it JBIC Thanks. Let's save it. Do you want to track conversions? No, not right now. Okay. Now let's publish it and see if we can actually get the URL, if it works. I'm going to click View Page. There it is. And of course, if I click Download Now, it'll take me to Google. But I'm going to go ahead and copy this URL. And then what we want to do is go into OneShoppingCart and we want to change the email to give that URL. So let's go to autoresponders. And then from autoresponders, we'll go into the JVIC autoresponder. We've got one message here. I'm going to click edit to edit that message. And we're going to change the URL where we're telling people to go. We'll send them over to LeadPages. And I'm going to click the HTML version also. Like that. Now let me save. It says changes saved. Great. And then the other thing is, we could go in and we could probably edit this web form that we created, and maybe that's a good idea long term, wherever it is, custom forms. But instead what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go into LeadPages, and I'm going to go back to our first page, and I'm just going to change one little thing in the form code. So here's our JVIC, our first page we created. And I'm going to go to opt-in form integration. Integration settings, here it is. So in this OneShoppingCart form, there's a lot of techno stuff, but notice we can spot the Yahoo in there pretty easily. So I'm just going to highlight where it says value equals yahoo.com and paste in that lead page thank you page. Okay, so now if I hit OK a couple of times, save changes, OK, save. Now when people fill out the form, they should get redirected to the thank you page. So let's see what that looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and click Publish and click View Page. And I'm going to click Download Now, and I'll put JVIC3 at robgoyette.com and click Get My Free CD Now. And this time it should take us to the actual thank you page where we can download it. There it is, all set. And then we can download the MP3 CD. And if we go check my email, now we should not get that opt-in message, but instead, like the opt-in confirmation, instead it should just present us with the link over to this URL. So I'm going to blur my screen here in a second, and we'll see what happened. And even though the screen's blurred, what you can't see is I did not yet get any message at all, and it could be because of the email address I used. Oh, it just came in, so never mind. So let me just, actually let me delete the earlier one so it's easy to tell. Just a moment. Okay, I'm unblurring my screen right now. This is the email that just came in 0 minutes ago and says, thank you for visiting my site and requesting my free CD. You can access it here, and then here's the link. So if we click it, then boom, we're right there. So we right now have a working opt-in page and email autoresponder and thank you page, which is a really big step forward with the technology of your JVIC membership. So I'm really excited that we've made it as far as we have so far. Now, to answer the third part of this, what turns out to be a really big question is, what about optimized press? Well, I'm going to save the optimized press stuff for later, but I'll just tell you that now that you can get names on your list, you can actually send them to pages where they can buy stuff, and when they buy stuff, your thank you page for them buying can be hosted in optimized press where you can show them videos and so on. And by the way, not only does OneShoppingCart have a ton of training videos, optimized press does as well. So in the interest of keeping this video within the levels of sane, and maybe it's already outside those levels, I'm going to try to see if we've answered all the questions inside the OneShoppingCart category. And if not, I will do my best to answer them. So we've kind of tied together LeadPages and OneShoppingCart. I didn't tie in optimized press just yet, but we may talk about that later. Hopefully I conceptualized it for you. Where can we find support on implementing all of those things? Right within OneShoppingCart. So OneShoppingCart, they have looks like they have built-in chat. I never noticed that before. But you can click Help, and if you go, they got the training videos here, but they've also got support. And what I found is, let's see, they've changed some things here. I think you can just send a ticket in. So just a second here. Yeah, so you can send in a ticket for free. Email support at 1ShoppingCart, and it looks like you get a 48-hour response. Or you can call them, and you can pay for support, $10 a month or $34 a month. And I'll tell you, like during a launch or something, it totally makes sense to get this support because that way you get instant response ASAP. But just if you're especially like right now when you're still learning how to do JVs, I just stick with the ticketed response method so that you can get support for free and not have to pay for the phone support. But I tell you what, if you do get phone support, it is nice because you can call and talk to someone and they'll hold your hand all the way through. Okay, so let's go on and see about the next question. With LeadPages, Optimized Press, and 1ShoppingCart, who would you recommend to manage all the back-end issues and coordinate this? Yeah, ideally I'd recommend you get a VA. Ideally a VA that's got some experience with these things. Of the three, I'd say that 1ShoppingCart would be the most important, then Optimized Press, then LeadPages. And that's what I would recommend. You can also do it yourself by using the support systems within each of these three systems. They all have excellent technical support. Okay, next, I have 1ShoppingCart, and my web person says I don't have to request a double opt-in for people who are signing up for my free offer. That is exactly right, and that's what we did, if you'll remember. So to address it again real quickly, we went into email and marketing, email setup, and then from email setup we went into opt-in preferences, and we set this require opt-in verification to no. So that's that question. Great. Does it support other languages? You can have whatever languages on your site, but you have to use 1ShoppingCart in English on the back end. But as we saw, it'll take those Norwegian crowns, and you can you can absolutely call your products whatever they are in Norwegian and so on. So I think you'll be happy with that. Would the entry level of 1ShoppingCart be sufficient to start with? I would say no. I think what you need is you need the $99 level, and the reason why I say this is the $99 a month level comes with affiliate management, and you need that if you're doing JVs. It's just a fact. So you can start off small, but as soon as it's time for your first JV, you need to upgrade quickly. Okay, next. I have 1ShoppingCart, but I've added Constant Contact because I've had so much difficulty with 1ShoppingCart emails, making them look nice, etc. So as I said before, I'm not even sure that making them look nice is necessary. Most of my clients, excuse me, that I've worked with really send out their emails to look more like text than anything else. Now, a few of them do these beautiful newsletters. I'm trying to think if anybody does them in 1ShoppingCart. I think at least one of them has or did. So it's possible, and I think 1ShoppingCart's even got some email templates you can use. But I try to move back to 1ShoppingCart if you can. Constant Contact, I don't have a lot of experience with Constant Contact. I've gone in there and used it a little bit, but I think it'd be much nicer if you can just move back into 1ShoppingCart for everything. And by the way, because Constant Contact is a recognized email autoresponder company, I think 1ShoppingCart should let you import those names pretty easily. You might submit a ticket to them and say, hey, is there a way I can move my Constant Contact people over into 1ShoppingCart? And they should come back with a helpful article or tell you what you need to do. Okay, next, if I change to 1ShoppingCart, do I need to cancel PayPal? Quite the contrary. You can use PayPal with 1ShoppingCart, as we found out in great detail earlier in this video. Next, in 1ShoppingCart, do I need to go in and manually move purchasers to a different list, or is that automatic? Yeah, that actually happens automatically. Let's take a look at that. I'm going to kind of dive in here, and we're going to create a product. Okay, so let's say, let me just, I guess we already have a product, don't we? We sell it for $97. I'm going to click here, Manage Products. Here it is. It's our test product. But let's create a new product. I'll click Create New, and let's see, I guess, yeah, we'll just fill all this stuff out. That's fine. So the SKU number, you don't really need to fill this out unless like a third party needs it, like some kind of fulfillment center. So I'm going to leave the SKU off of there. For the name of this product, let's see, let's call it, I'm going to call it Marketing Course. Call it Rob's Marketing Course. The price, let's just make it $997. Short description, I'm just going to take the easy way out and say Rob's marketing course, long description, same thing. Okay, so we've done the first tab. Great. Settings. Is it on sale? No. Shipping? No. Taxes? No. Packing slips. Okay, do you want to calculate affiliate commissions on this? I would say yes, and it'll look to the default program. No need to get fancy here unless this is a special product with a special affiliate rate. Categories, you can actually, I guess, create categories for your products. Maybe we'll look at that in another video. If you've got an image of your product, you can add it, but we're not going to. Downloads, okay, enable digital downloads. I don't think you need this kind of stuff. It sort of protects your content, but I tell you what, sometimes it's even okay if people are sharing your content because it sort of spreads the word and spreads your celebrity. So I never use this digital download licensing stuff, but if it becomes important to you for some reason, yeah, just bring that question to a tech call. Links. Okay, so this is important because you need to say when someone buys, where should they go? So then you may want to create, this is where you'd probably create a page in Optimize Press to deliver your course, which can have like multiple videos and so on. But I'm just going to say that when people buy, let's see, you know what? I don't know the difference between the destination and the thank you URL. Let me just see what they say. Yeah, so I guess this is what happens when people hit their back button in the cart. So I don't know, I've never really messed with this one. But it says you can put the word back here, so we'll just let, when they hit the back button, it goes back. Thank you URL. This is where you'll actually deliver your course. So we'll just send people to jvinsidercircle.com. This, of course, is not what you would put, but you'd actually put the URL of where people go when they successfully purchase your course. So probably something you'll create in Optimize Press. You could also create a delivery page in LeadPages. It's just that LeadPages is pretty restrictive. And if somebody clicks Clear Cart, you could send them back to your sales letter, for instance, if you're selling something. So I don't have a sales page, I don't have a sales letter, but if somebody clicked Clear Cart, that's where you could send them. In this case, if they click Clear Cart, it'll probably just show like a standard OneShoppingCart message. Okay, but let's keep going. Templates. This is where you can put custom HTML at the top or bottom of what people see when they're checking out. It can actually be quite helpful. You can put a video up above certain products and say, hey, it looks like you're getting ready to purchase this product. Awesome, blah, blah, blah. But we're not going to fill that stuff out now. Recurring, if we wanted to charge people like instead of $9.97, maybe we charge them 8 payments of $147 or something like that. We can enable recurring billing and give a recurring price of like $147 for charge monthly for 8 times. And I believe that those are the proper settings. Okay, but we don't want to do any of that. We just want to charge them $9.97. So I'm going to try to put this back to where it was. Most important thing is to not enable a recurring billing. Okay, so then attributes, I don't even know what that is. Product level custom fields. Yeah. All right, autoresponders. This one's important though. When someone buys, you can put them onto an autoresponder. You can say, hey, they bought, so now I want to put them on a certain email list. And back in the autoresponders, you can say when someone joins that list, remove them from the previous list. So let's say that JVIC is our prospect list. I'm going to save this right now. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to email marketing, go to autoresponders, and I'm going to create an autoresponder called, I'll just call it customers so that it's simple. So create new. It'll probably be like marketing course customers, but I'm just going to call it, I'll call it marketing course customers. All right, marketing course customers. Now, unsubscribe from JVIC. So that way we can remove our prospects when they buy so that we're not still trying to sell them the product they bought. So if we have 1,000 people on our JVIC list as prospects and 100 of them buy, then 100 of them will go onto this new autoresponder called marketing course customers, and our JVIC list will go down to 900. All right, so I'm going to click Save. Oh, we have to fill out some of this. Campaign type customers. So I'll hit Save. Great. I'm not going to put in a message right now. And by the way, that's fine in One Shopping Cart. People will just be collected, but they'll never be emailed. So you can see how it says 0 campaign messages. Yeah, that means people will just go into this container, but they'll never actually get the message. Okay, so let's do this. Let's go back to the products and back to this marketing course product. And now for autoresponders, we are going to say when someone buys this thing, put them on the marketing course customers list. Now what happens is when someone buys this thing, they will go on the marketing course customers and they will come off the previous list. This is really important and I hope it's helpful for you. Okay, the other thing is under links. Now that we've kind of got this established, notice we have our one-step checkout links and our two-step checkout links, which mean if we're trying to sell our marketing course somewhere, we can actually take this URL right here and send people to it. We can like tie it to a button, so if someone clicks the button, it goes to this URL, or we can put it in an email, click here to order. I'm going to copy this URL and show you guys what it looks like. So I just hit copy here. I'm going to open up a new tab and paste it in here. If someone clicked add to cart or buy now or whatever and we tied it to this URL, this is what they would see. Isn't that cool? Let's see. There we go. So obviously I have not filled out my company name and all this, but look, $9.97. We're asking for their information, and then you have selected PayPal as your payment provider. So if we filled it out and hit submit order, it would then prompt us for our PayPal information, and it would hit us up for $9.97. So that's what it looks like, and yeah, very cool, right? And you can customize all this stuff in the One Shopping Cart settings. But let me see if we're on track. So okay, so if I change One Shopping Cart, do I cancel PayPal? No. In One Shopping Cart, do I need to go in and manually move purchasers to a different list, or is that automatic? Well, you just need to set it up the way we just did. Okay, next. My understanding from many people is that One Shopping Cart delivery for emails is not very good compared to Aweber. Can you comment on this? Yes, I absolutely can. That statement is generally true. I don't know what it is anymore. It used to be an 85% deliverability rate for One Shopping Cart. Maybe it's gotten better. I don't know. So let's say you've got 1,000 people on your list. 850 of them will get your emails just because of all the spam filters and stuff like that out there. But One Shopping Cart actually has another server for customers. So let's say that you have 1,000 people on your email list, but you've got 100 people on your customer list. When I heard that stat about the 85%, I heard another stat that said that if people are on your customer list, that deliverability is up to, I think it was like 98 or 99, let's say 98%. So in other words, customer emails get delivered at a very high rate, whereas prospect emails don't. Now there are some cool things you can do in One Shopping Cart to move your prospects over to your customers list. For instance, you can give them a free product that they have to buy with a coupon code. So in other words, maybe you have a $47 ebook or CD or whatever, and you create a coupon code in One Shopping Cart that lets people get it for free. Well, they still have to order it, and that will move them off the prospect list into the customer list, and then their emails will be delivered at a higher rate, and you're dealing with a more responsive person anyway. So that's one way to overcome that. But if we're talking about just purely apples to apples of emailing prospects, yeah, Aweber is known to have, I think it's a 98% deliverability rate, or back when I heard all those stats, yeah, Aweber is fantastic about delivering emails. But again, all things equal, One Shopping Cart has everything you need. So I would still recommend One Shopping Cart over Aweber for purposes of the JVIC, just because it's got the affiliate module and you can put your products in there and all that stuff. If you use Aweber, you're going to have to sort of duct tape the two of them together, or duct tape Aweber to something else. So I would recommend you go with One Shopping Cart, but one cool thing you should do is try to move as many of your prospects over into your customers' server database as you can by giving them stuff for free with a coupon code. People love coupon codes, by the way. If you have a $47 product and you tell people they can get it for free just by entering in the coupon code Thanks Rob, they'll love that. They'll enter in Thanks Rob, they'll feel like they really got something of value, and they'll put in all their information. You'll get their first name, their last name, their phone number, their address, and your emails will get through. So it's kind of win-win-win for anyone you can get to make that jump over into your customer database. Okay, so One Shopping Cart automatically tracks which purchaser came from which JV. Yep, if you do it all the way they tell you to do it, it absolutely does. I'm not going to answer setting up affiliate stuff on this video, but yes, if you follow the instructions to set up your affiliate stuff, then when affiliates send out emails with their link and someone comes over, the first time they enter your database, they'll get tied to the original affiliate who sent them. And if you then market to those people, that person will be tagged for commissions unless you go in and change some of the settings. And if somebody sends their email list a link to buy something from you, even if they're not the first person to refer that person, my understanding is that the person who sent the email to buy will get commission for that immediate sale because they're the one that caused it to happen, rather than you emailing your list. I don't know how confusing that was, but the bottom line is that the answer to this question is yes. Okay, why would you prefer One Shopping Cart over Office Autopilot, which we use? Well, I'm going to go back to that phrase, it's the devil you know versus the devil you don't know. I know One Shopping Cart much better than I know Office Autopilot / Entreport. I've used Office Autopilot / Entreport, ran into some big problems, had to integrate it with a WordPress plugin and blah, 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 just all this confusing stuff. But I haven't used it for as long, so maybe that's the reason. If you're already invested into Office Autopilot and using it and like it, then stay with it. That's totally fine. And if you have a technical question on the call about Office Autopilot, if I don't know the answer and I can't figure it out relatively quickly, I'll either connect you to their tech support, which is very good, by the way, or I'll pick up the phone and call them myself, whatever we need to do. So I still recommend One Shopping Cart for you guys, simply because that's the one that I know the best and can support you with. Okay, so then next is, where are we? Okay, Entreport, which again is Office Autopilot, has a membership area. Does One Shopping Cart? Not that I know of, but it absolutely works with membership sites, and Optimized Press is a one-stop solution for hosting your content, as I've been recommending, and they even have a member module to it. So with One Shopping Cart and Optimized Press, you can absolutely have a membership area. Alternatively, would One Shopping Cart integrate with my Squarespace site? Yep, it sure will. I've used Squarespace a little bit, and you can tie your opt-in forms to One Shopping Cart, and you can put your buy buttons on Squarespace and tie those to One Shopping Cart. So yes, if you're using Squarespace, it's kind of like using LeadPages or Optimized Press or WordPress. It's basically, you're using Squarespace to make your web pages, but you're making all your opt-ins and transactions happen on One Shopping Cart. Okay, are you able to tag and segment lists based on different opt-ins and clicks within an email in One Shopping Cart like you can in Infusionsoft? To my knowledge, you cannot do this. And by the way, if you're listening to this and kind of tuning out, that's no problem. If this doesn't apply to you, then don't worry about it. Just tune me out for a second or scroll forward in the video. But yeah, so Infusion has a cool thing where in the email links themselves, people can click on the link and it will tag them or untag them or follow a set of rules to make that person do stuff. It can get really complicated really quickly, but it's very powerful that way. The way that One Shopping Cart customers handle this is, let's say that you've got people on list A and you want them to move to list B. Well, what we do is we take the list A people and we send them a message and we drive them over to a form where when they fill out the form, it puts them onto list B, and then that list B is set to automatically unsubscribe them from A. So the thing is they have to jump through the hoop of filling out the form. The ones that don't will stay on list A. So Infusionsoft is more powerful that way as far as tagging and segmenting. And your question makes me think that you're someone that's relatively involved and sophisticated with Infusion, so I'd say stay with them. But again, if Yeah, I don't think that those tags are a reason for people to hop onto Infusionsoft and start using it. I think people are going to get lost very quickly and become frustrated very easily unless they have an Infusionsoft expert on their team. So if you're trying to decide whether to go with Infusionsoft or 1ShoppingCart, for purposes of the JVIC, I'd urge you guys to go with 1ShoppingCart. Okay, what's the difference between 1ShoppingCart and Infusion? I was going to answer with a monetary answer. I was going to say $300 a month versus $100 a month, but I don't even know if those are the prices. You'll have to check out your own prices and see what they are. But I know Infusionsoft is or has been more expensive. It's more complicated, and it's got the nickname Confusionsoft just because it gets very technical. And some people use it, they just use like a fraction of what it does to survive. And for that, you're probably comparing yourself to 1ShoppingCart and what it can do. The people who really get in and go to their conferences and spend a lot of time on it, can set up really intelligent campaigns. But in order to do all that stuff, you need to have a lot of traffic to benefit from all this intelligence. And I don't know, I guess with your JVs, you will start to have that traffic. So totally up to you. I know people who have Infusionsoft, and I don't know if anybody's told me this just flat out directly, but I think that if I ask them, they will have wished they stuck with 1ShoppingCart. And I've got customers who have been using 1ShoppingCart for years, and they seem to be very glad that they stuck with it. So again, between the two, I'd recommend 1ShoppingCart, but if you're already using Infusion or Entreport/Office Autopilot, if you're already using it, stick with what works. Okay. Can you give us a quick step-by-step guide to get 1ShoppingCart account up and running, connecting to our websites, merchant services, and email services? No, but I can give you a slow step-by-step guide. Just rewind this video, and that's where I did that. All right, I'm going to wrap up this video on 1ShoppingCart. Thank you guys for your attention. I know this is a long, long video, but I hope it's got a lot of information in here that can help you. Hope to see you on the next JVIC call and possibly in another video.